It could be that another NGO, click please, has decided that it actually has more water than it needs, or supplies or needs, and makes them available to you. It happens. So now suddenly you've got more support than you originally planned. You know, this is a random event which is actually better than what you had originally planned. However, you may not be able to store or distribute the equipment. Yeah, see, okay. Even good things have bad effects sometimes. However, at the same time that happens, an overloaded commercial truck, click, has caused a bridge to collapse on the main supply route. Okay, believe me, this is a weekly event in Liberia, leaving you with excess water in port and maybe exceeding your storage capacity in port while leaving your field staff in desperate conditions. Click again. And the intervening military force has then declared that your secondary route to be restricted to military use only, meaning you can't get it that way. But at the same time, then they offer space-available transportation on military vehicles that exceeds all your movement requirements. Click. Again, now, so you're going back and forth. It's random. It's becoming unpredictable. Okay. The opposite side of chaos theory, though, is something called complexity. Complexity theory describes how complex systems, usually operating without any central coordinating mechanism, can generate simple and predictable outcomes. In this model, all elements are working independently and performing different functions, yet towards a common end. Okay, this is somebody else. We had earlier people describe what the difference between unity of effort and unity of outcome. This is like an undirected unity of effort. It would seem that in the environment of our complex emergency, that this would describe the perfect goal of achieving this principle of unity of effort. Each independent logistical system working to fulfill its own end in full cooperation with other systems and actors working towards their end, systematically and predictably supporting the common theater or regional objectives for relief and recovery. A nice vision, one that is probably impossible to achieve given the inherent friction of human beings, each with their own values, working in close proximity to one another. So, I will introduce one more term out of chaos theory and try to make it apply to logistics. Operations at the edge of chaos. This is real. This is the point where there is enough chaos for novelty, innovation, and creativity, but enough order for consistency and recognizable patterns to endure. It is at the edge of chaos where the opportunity for real synergy, where 1 + 1 + 1 can predictably equal something more than 3. How do we work to that end? Well, I don't have any solutions, but I believe that it can be done. But I believe that the fundamental thing that you need to do is to understand all of those different actors on the battlefield, in your complex emergency. All of the goals that they have, all of their needs, and to try to work together, not by directing them, but by understanding each other so that we can identify opportunities and risks before they arrive. This, I think, is a valid goal for all of us. In some countries now, Liberia being one, which is the one that I know best right now, the different NGOs have formed together a management and steering group where they actually get together and talk about issues that are coming up. Recently, we've been able to get the management and steering group to coordinate operations with the military side too, where again, we're looking for these opportunities and risks and trying to identify the shortfalls before they happen. Even though shortfalls and surprises happen every day in Liberia, at least we can be a little bit prepared for them. Next slide. I have no solutions for how to achieve or sustain operations at the edge of chaos. As a cavalry officer, I have a tendency to think that that's exactly where I want to be, and I have this unsupportable belief that we can actually do that. So I keep on looking for ways for it. I do, however, believe that it cannot be achieved without clear, if perhaps incomplete, understanding of all of the actors in the logistics theater region. This includes those actors who are, their objectives and cultures and values, and how they typically operate both alone and in concert with other actors. It even includes the ones that just flat out will not work with you, because at least you got to know what they're doing and how they can possibly affect you. This applies for the military in relation to civilian actors in the area and equally to civilian entities in regards to the military. As much as people say the military just doesn't understand the culture, well, guess what? You know, the culture doesn't understand the military either, and they have unrealistic expectations. If you seek to understand your enemy, like, oh, Médecins Sans Frontières, okay? He may not become your friend, but he could at least become your colleague. So I challenge all of us to try to figure out ways to move from the chaotic conditions we're in towards the edge of chaos, where it can just be fun. Thank you.